I looked better with hair. If you just put two photos side by side, how I look now, how I look then, I would honestly say I look better with hair. But when my hair was falling out, that was the reality, right? When the hair was falling out, I look and feel so much better like this than when my hair was falling out, right? That lovely, perfect hair that I had when I was out in the States, right? When I was growing it long, salt spraying it up, that was not my reality. There is nothing, I mean nothing to be embarrassed about. This is the reality. Men are going to go bald in their 20s. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing amazing about that. It is what it is. Girls will still want to do you. You have no hair, you're not a rock. You got no hair, everything else works just fine. No joke. Girls will love the maturity and leadership you now exert. That radiates from that shaved head. How's it going, guys? Welcome to this video and welcome to Bald Cafe, proudly sponsored by Leaf Shave. Leaf Shave make the most incredible razors. Hit that first link in the description box and don't forget to use the code Bald Cafe for some money off. Guys, let's get into this video. Today, we are here on Reddit. We're looking at an article here that was sent to me by the author himself. We've got the God's honest truth about being bald in your 20s. I myself spent half of my 20s with the bald head, and the end of this month, guys, I'm about to leave my 20s behind. A lot of the guys on this channel who are featured are guys in their 20s, and I'm sure, judging by my stats, a lot of you guys watching this video also are somewhere around your 20s, and you're going to be worried about balding or worried about what's to come if you are experiencing hair loss, experiencing that male pattern baldness. You're heading into the unknown, and that's an uncomfortable space to be in. Well, luckily for us, there's this guy here, and he has laid it out for us bare. No holding back. Is this really the God's honest truth about being bald in your 20s? Let's just crack straight on, guys. Hey all, I've been shaving my head for about 2 years now, 24 to 26, due to some aggressively receding temples. I'm not fully bald. I have a deep M, so I shave it clean off. So it sounds like he started somewhere where I did, you know, where when you first shave the head, you've still got a bit of an appearance of some hair on the top there. Here's my honest experience over the past couple of years. I personally only had about 2 months worth of worry about shaving it off. Whether this helps or not isn't the point. This is to inform you of what's coming. And yes, I'll talk about the girls having been in a relationship and now single through this time. So that is one of the biggest worries about guys in their 20s. You know, you're forming those relationships, you're getting out there, new jobs, new friends, new social circles, and of course, you're hitting that dating game hard. I get messages all the time, and this is one of my very own biggest fears. That's it. I'm never getting laid again. I can kiss goodbye to ever getting any action with the ladies without that hair. This guy is going to give it to us straight. So an interesting thing, he said he only had a couple of months worth of worry. That is something to bear in mind when we're reading this list, because all of your guys' experiences through hair loss is going to be completely different. For some people, it's a cakewalk. For others, it can take years to build up that courage to embrace the bald life.
Bald dude life, here we go.
Well, how's that going to be if you're in your 20s? Well, first off, you're doing great, even considering doing this, right? He's talking about going with the bald head. It mentally messes up 80% of people our age, as most of us are all ridiculously vain and self-conscious, so stop beating yourself up. So I like the stop beating yourself up bit. 80%, I'm going to have to say, judging by my experience with all the people I've spoken to, it's a lot higher than 80%. Those are to varying different degrees, of course, but you know, mentally being messed up, I'd say that's anything from just feeling insecure, you know, a lack of confidence. I would say that mentally affects way more than 80% of people. People will think you're at least 30. People will not see you as a young lad anymore. Accept this and stop acting like one, because you won't get away with young lad behavior any longer. It definitely ups your maturity, okay, both in looks and the way you carry yourself. And in my opinion, that is not a bad thing. You know, you've dealt with this adversity of losing your hair, you've embraced that bold look, and you just carry yourself differently. You carry yourself more securely and in a more confident and mature way. People will be surprised when you tell them your age. Come up with a witty response to not make the conversation awkward. You'll come across massively confident. Again, take pride in it, guys. Yeah, if someone says, "Oh, I didn't realise you're only 21. You know, maybe you look 25 or something. Guys, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, look at some of the old dudes who are rocking a shaved head. And I mean really old, like 60, 70, okay? They don't age through those years. They just keep that same look. And so you don't have this sudden drop off when you get to like 50, 60 and people are like, holy hell, you look really old. Now, your family will either do one of two things. They'll support you or they'll tell you to let it grow. If it's two, then I'm truly sorry. Ignore what they say. They don't understand modern pressures. Yeah, you know, a lot of people have a bit of backlash from their family, right? They think some family members don't understand. Why have you shaved your hair off? It was fine. You could have got away with it for more years. No, why have you shaved your precious hair? My son. Okay, a lot of mothers. My son, what have you done? But guys, if you want to get around that, have the conversation about how balding really makes you feel. If you're shaving your head, if you're shaving that thinning hair off because it makes you feel so rubbish, having to deal with keeping up appearances for the sake of other people, maybe like your parents or something like that, if you're afraid that they're going to get those reactions, tell them honestly how you feel about it, how rubbish it's making you feel, and how you want to move past that. Good parents will do nothing but support you because they won't just see it as like some physical change, right? Remember, you are doing this for yourself, for your own well-being. That's the most important thing. Number 5, stop looking at hair transplant options. You're not a celebrity and you don't need to seek external validation like that. If you want to drop 6k for 5 years worth of fun, look on Auto Trader. Okay, I just love that point. Yeah, I love that. Okay, it's true. You know, there's better ways to spend 6k to make yourself feel better. And yeah, unless you're a hair model, guys, do you really need a hair transplant? Just the Auto Trader bit's fun, right? That's a second-hand cars website. Once you're past this, you'll judge people that did get hair transplants and feel sorry that they aren't as confident in themselves as you are. Now, I feel that that's probably more of a personal thing for him. I totally get why people do it, right? Hair transplants and all that stuff is, I mean, literally on the screen here, you can see there's some bloody stuff for, you know, covering up hair loss or whatever. Hair transplants are marketed so well. If you look at some of these Instagram pages, right, they have like a really specific lad. If my guys in the UK, if you know that meme, that like picture that went viral or whatever, the 4 lads in jeans, right? A lot of these pages use that kind of laddie lad because I think the guys who are like quite sort of, you know, really take care, you know, focused on their image, right, are the type of people that will drop money on a hair transplant to keep up their look, right? So that's the people that they kind of target it towards. Now, nothing wrong with that necessarily, but the thing about feeling sorry for someone is I think, yeah, it's easier to not get a hair transplant. And I feel like the people that have gone through it would agree with that. Why wouldn't you, right? It's easier if you can feel just as good about yourself without going through surgery, without traveling, paying the money, all of that good stuff, then what is to hate on that, right? So the whole thing about feeling sorry, I kind of more... is it feeling sorry? Is that the right word? I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I would have been like, in my opinion, there's no need for it. You know, so I would have said, fair enough. You know, if that's the route you went, if you feel good, that's great. But to be honest with you, you probably could have got away with not doing it and feeling great. And actually, I'm sure some people who have had hair transplants would also agree with that, right? Guys who have rocked the bald head for a while, and some people honestly just do it on a whim. Like, they just like, I've got the money, like, let's see what this is about. And they probably say, yeah, like, to be honest, like, you don't need to do it. Anyway, gun bald in your 20s, you will scream confidence to both men and women. I once had a 50-plus-year-old man email me at work to tell me he didn't have the confidence to shave his head. I once had a random girl come up to ask me how I shaved it. 100% true. When you tell someone, listen, in your 20s, losing your hair sucks. It doesn't make you feel good. So I was like, to hell with that. I'm shaving it off. This is me rocking a bald head. Nothing but admiration. It screams confidence 100%. You'll look weird on photos. Get over it. That's quite a funny one, right? You look weird on photos. I'm not sure if he means like you look weird compared to how you looked before, or yeah, like the chances are you might be the only one with a shaved head, or the only bald guy if you're out with your mates, or maybe there's one other or something like that, right? in that case, maybe you look weird. And also, right, lights, bright lights, that's a thing. That is a thing, right? If you're out in the sun, maybe you put some sun cream on the old noggin, you're going to be on display, guys, okay? You'll be instantly recognizable and memorable in social settings. Make sure your personality can live up to this. Yeah, okay? People will have a way of saying the bold guy. You know, that's an instant way to kind of let other people know, like, who they're referring to. Like, yeah, you know, the bold guy, like him, or yeah, Harry, the bold guy, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a dig or anything like that. So you're going to stand out, okay? You're going to stand out. That's memorable. That's not a bad thing, guys, okay? Everyone these days, you know, there's trends, right? People fitting in with the trends. There's nothing memorable about that. You just look the same. Going back to the lads, right? You just look the same like everyone else. Memorable, right? People will be able to remember who you are. And if your character, if your love of yourself, and I don't mean in an egotistical way. I just mean like, this is who I am. That will rub off on people in a good way. You'll be memorable, guys. Especially with women, right? Especially in that intimate relationship-seeking setting, right? There'll be more reasons to remember you because you'll be like, dude, that guy with the bald head, he was like, yeah, he had a vibe, right? Memorable. You'll gain new respect for yourself, overcoming a personal battle so early on in your life. You'll start to look to overcome other challenges, career, fitness-wise. Your focus will shift. This is the best point so far on this list. Once you're on the other side of the hair loss battle, guys, you've accepted it. You've embraced it. It is what it is. You'll be like, okay, I struggled with that and I got past it. What other things am I struggling with? What other things do I want to make a positive shift, a positive change in? And you will start to look at other things that you can improve on. One of the best things that comes out of experiencing hair loss in your 20s is that point right there. Honestly, that is one of the biggest reasons to do it, to shave off the hair and kind of go through that whole acceptance thing. Right there, that mental shift. Love that point. This dude hit the nail on the head there. You'll start to think more maturely because you realise that's how people now perceive you. Yep, we kind of touched on that before. Girls will love the maturity and leadership you now exert. I feel like a few of these things kind of go hand in hand here, right? When you make the decision to move past an insecurity, you're doing the very thing that society and probably other people are telling you not to do, what your subconscious is telling you not to do. No, you've got to hang on to that hair that looks is so important. Don't do it. When you do that to all of those thoughts, right, then something incredible happens and girls will love the maturity and leadership you now exert. Yeah, you are owning it, right? That phrase is really overused, but it's one of the best phrases that can be used here. You're owning it. You are decisive, strong. It shows that you've made a decision on how to tackle this thing. You've stuck to your guns. You've done it despite all of those things telling you not to. You've done it. You've made that decision for yourself, and that radiates from that shaved head, okay? From that shaved, bald head. No joke. Your male friends will tease you, embrace it, be a part of the joke. They're only reflecting their own insecurities or trying to make themselves feel better. Yes, lads will be lads. Boys will be boys, right? They like to have a little dig, a little tackle, right, at the insecurities that people have. Let's be honest, it's what friends do. It's what people down the pub do. It's what people in the break room do all the time. We rib on each other to pass the day, right, to have a bit of banter, okay? It's just what people do. Yeah, get involved in it, okay? It's healthy. It can be healthy. Know where the line is, of course, but don't over self-deprecate on yourself, right? Make sure you are giving as good as you get. Yeah, learn to kind of play along with that stuff, guys. Your looks will change for the better or more likely for worse, subjectively. Yeah, I'd say it's subjective because some people say, bold guys, no, you look way better with hair. You know, for example, okay, this is the thing right here. This is just it. I looked better, maybe beard like this or clean shaven with hair, okay? If you just put two photos side by side, how I look now, how I look then, I would honestly say I look better with hair. But when my hair was falling out, that was the reality, right? when the hair was falling out, I look and feel so much better like this than when my hair was falling out, right? That lovely, perfect hair that I had when I was out in the States, right? When I was growing it long, salt spraying it up, that was not my reality, okay? That me was gone. That's life, right? We change. We go through a journey. We go through different changes. Our bodies change. We do not stay 18 years old for the rest of our lives, okay? You have to learn to embrace that whole thing. And if you can roll with the punches like that, hair loss for men being one of the biggest ones, if you can learn to roll with those punches, guys, you are going to set yourself up so much better than trying to run away from those changes that are inevitably going to happen, okay? That's the key point you got to think about. You're not comparing yourself to when your hair was absolutely perfect, fresh out the barber shop, okay? Because your hair's fallen out. Okay, your hair's fallen out. That is the reality. Now, whether or not you're prepared to do all of the stuff to try and hold on to that hair is not the focus of this video, right? But if we're judging based on how you look and how you feel, you're going to be better off with it shaved off than feeling shitty and rubbish about it falling out. Number 5, most girls will look straight through you if you don't carry yourself confidently. Focus on coming across calm and confident. For me, that goes without saying. That goes for guys with hair or without hair, right? If you felt like the time was right to embrace the whole shaved head thing, if you are still kind of really like feeling self-conscious about it all the time, you know, those times are going to come out. You're going to feel nervous, but don't forget you felt nervous in times when you have hair also, right? That's a given. That's a given. Maybe not as much, but that's a given. Basically, I think what he's trying to say is, listen, lads, if you made the decision, if you're a bald dude in your 20s, you've made the decision to shave off the hair. If you're not saying, yep, I've done it, and you're kind of cowering and you're looking down at the floor like I was when my hair was falling out, then people are going to look straight through you, right? And I think that's just a given. That's bound to happen. Not just girls, all people. Like when you go for that job interview, guys, even lads who are still rocking the hair, if you're not thinking in your head, I am the person for this job, right? This is my job to lose, then they're going to look straight through you. Take pride in who you are, what you're doing. Research body language and charisma videos on YouTube. If this doesn't come naturally, that ties onto the last point. So that's like a fast track to understanding how you feel. I kind of went through those experiences and figured it out. And it's most likely that you also will do that. You'll get fed up of not feeling good about yourself, looking down at the ground all the time, things like that. You get fed up with those things. Remove the distractions. Have a look from like a third perspective, have a look from the outside in and be like, listen, man, you are far more capable of what you are currently doing, or you are worth far more than what you're currently giving yourself credit for, right? And then you'll make that decision to change that. And going back to earlier points, that often comes with when you accept yourself for who you are and you run with it. Okay, here he goes into some pretty hard-hitting things. Let's just roll off them a minute. He says, number 7, your days of dating hot 21 to 22-year-olds are over. Number 8, your days of pulling in the club are over. Your days of piling the matches on Tinder, Bumble are over. Being bold is an instant disqualifier on online dating. Either accept this or don't put yourself through it. Interesting. Now here he goes on to a bit more. We're going to come back to those points. If you decide to use dating apps, don't only choose pictures where you have hair or wearing hats, then wonder why girl stops talking to you when you upload a photo with no hair. It's disingenuous. Yeah, no hat fishing, guys. Don't wear hats if you don't need to. Come on, you're better than that. There we go. Number 1, no hat fishing, people. No hat fishing. Again, dudes, love who you are. You've got no reason to be embarrassed about it. People that are in the whole hat fishing world, or people who are disingenuous, yeah, like are not uploading pictures, you know, only sticking to the pictures of like 2 years ago. It makes the situation worse, because then for some reason when people see a bald dude in their 20s, they're like, whoa, what is this? So to my guys who are actually bald, I'm gonna kind of go against what you're saying here. Dude, lay it on thick. Upload those pickies, right, of you rocking the shaved head, being confident. Do not hide from it. Get it out there. This is the big goal of this channel, especially. There is nothing, I mean nothing, to be embarrassed about. This is the reality. Men are going to go bald in their 20s, okay? Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing amazing about that. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. It happens. And the moment we start showing the reality of that, the better for all the guys now and to come, okay? Because all this hiding from it, all this covering up just makes it harder. It makes it worse for the people who want to do that, because people are then suddenly surprised when oh, wait, there are guys who are bold in their 20s? Yeah, okay? Millions of them. So I'm going to go against that. I'm going to say, will you get less matches on Tinder and stuff like that with your bald head? Yes, because the world is a superficial place. That's why we have all these issues in the first place that I just mentioned. But does that mean you shouldn't do it? No. Less matches, maybe. Zero? No, I don't agree with that. I mean, you know what? The way I think is just don't take the fact that it may be more difficult to mean that you shouldn't do it. Like, go up against that and win, right? Go up against these things where it's more difficult, you're going to get less matches, and just take it on as a challenge, right? You're a confident, newly renewed, that confidence has been newly found, and just go out there and slay. Like, do your absolute best the way you would with hair. Like, don't be falling back on being disingenuous, like you said there, with covering up, like thinning hair and stuff. Dude, just honestly, just go out there and achieve the success you want with these women with the bald head. Like, just get out there and do it. Like, why not? Lay the foundations for the future men to come. Okay. Girls will be less forgiving if you don't make the right first impressions. Dating at this age is tough. A girl might not call you back or go on a second date simply because she thinks she's too young to date a bald guy, right? Or she doesn't want to be the one dating a bald guy when all of her friends are dating Harry Styles lookalikes. This is her character flaw, not yours. Yeah, this is her character flaw, not yours, okay? I agree. Do not make excuses for who you are, your decisions, what situation you're in. There's nothing to be embarrassed about that, like I said before, okay? Do not try to change your situation or who you are to appeal to superficial people. Don't do it. It won't make you happy. I made that. That's where I was when I was with my now wife, but when she was my girlfriend early on into a relationship, I literally said, listen, if hair is vitally important to you, right, those pictures with someone with hair, then I'm not the geezer, because I don't have hair anymore. I'm never going to have hair anymore. This is who I am, right? I was 100% committed to that. I was not willing to go down the road of changing who I was to appeal to someone else's standards or what someone else wants. Why would I do that? Is that going to make me feel good? Is that going to make me feel better about who I am? No. Did that mean I was never going to be in a relationship or anything? No. I had 100% trust and conviction that it wouldn't, and you should too. If a girl turns you down, I want you to halve the number of people in your city, subtract 1 from that number, and crack on with your life. Perfect advice, right? The whole plenty more fish in the sea thing. Dude's onto something there, right? It's 1, out the bag, gun. All these dating people, and don't forget, like, I've read The Game, guys. I've read that book, right? It's like, when you just approach women, and chances are a lot of you guys out there as well, I don't like that this has been so focused on the whole dating thing, but I know it's a big focus, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, when you even had hair, probably, some of you might have been, but probably weren't in the bars, bam, 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 this whole like pulling game all the time, right? So if you then suddenly get rejected for having a bald head, right, that would have happened when you had hair, I can promise you. So don't immediately match the two together to say like, right, that's it, I'm getting rejected because I've got no hair, okay? Learn to embrace those rejections, move on. Here we go. People with hair also struggle to get dates. Remember this. Okay, there we go. He just said it there. You'll attract girls with better personalities. A relationship based purely on looks never lasts. Just look at Love Island and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just for TV and it's like, I don't know, fun. But yeah, you'll attract girls with better personalities. 100%. 100%. you're more likely to find someone who is actually into you. That relationship has way more chance of lasting longer. You're not going to be chasing her all the time, because I guess a girl who's invested you on purely on looks, there's a ton of other guys out there who also have the same look or have nice hair, right? But if you are, like you said, secure in yourself, you know what you're doing, you know what you're about, you've got goals, that newfound confidence in who you are, what you want to be, right? You're going to be attracting the right people who actually want to be there because of who you are. Key. Girls will still want to do you. You have no hair, you're not a rock. Yeah, okay. I mean, what's more to say? Girls will still want to do you, right? You got no hair, everything else works just fine, right? What's more important here? Think about it. Okay, I like that. You don't have to build yourself a new personality or hit the gym hard. Be warm, embracing, witty, take care of your health and hygiene. Key facts. If you want to model yourself on The Rock, Vin Diesel, Statham, do it. But don't forget you need the looks and personality together just like anyone else. Yeah, don't try to overcompensate with just purely looks in other areas. However, there is going to be other things coming on the channel, because the thing for me, and I kind of made this mistake, when I first started getting into lifting, it was purely like ego driven. I felt skinny. My friends started lifting. I didn't like the way I looked. I wanted to change that. But as I have worked out through the years, the other benefits that you get from working out to just feeling better about yourself are tenfold, right? 100-fold. Just working out, all the things it does, like physiologically, and just kind of making those small changes when you drop a few pounds, right? When you progress in some of your lifts, or you go from 8 pull-ups to 10 pull-ups. I'm not kidding you. It just makes you feel so much better about yourself. And then because you feel good about yourself, you treat other people better, you work harder in your job, you study harder, you have new goals. It all comes in together, okay? So by all means, I suggest you get healthy, you work out, and get all the benefits from that, not just like, now I can take selfies of my abs, okay? Of my ripped bod. Nothing wrong with having a good rig, guys. We should all aspire to having a good rig. But take note of all the other good benefits that come from having that solid rig. Okay, here we go. You'll try to grow a beard. Stick with it for at least 10 weeks. I say 6 to 8 months if you want to grow a good beard. Yeah, you don't have the hair anymore. You likely got some form of facial hair. However, guys, my beard didn't start coming in until I was like 27, 28. Okay? So if you're in your 20s, especially early 20s, and you can't grow a good beard yet, do not fear, okay? Do not fear. It could take 10 years before that beard starts to grow in. If you look at all of these beard pages on Instagram, most of the dudes are like 30, 40, 50 years old, okay? For real. Here we go. Groom your beard? No. People will tell you that you used to be so handsome. And I've had this from girls, parents, grandparents. Your look has changed forever. Are you going to embrace it or let it eat you up for the rest of your life? Solid, hard-hitting questions. Look at yourself in the mirror. Yes, I had that handsome, boyish look before my hair started to fall out, right? People said to me all the time, oh, you looked so, before you were so handsome. And people used to say, I used to overhear people in the street be like, wow, that's a handsome guy. When I shaved my hair off and I grew my beard, that stopped. Okay, maybe I heard it once after that. Okay, that's facts. That's life. That happens. Okay, the honest truth there from that dude. Yes, for real. You don't have that boyish, handsome look anymore. Okay, like I said, does that mean that you don't have success in life? No, I would argue that it's coming of age, right? Losing your hair as a guy and embracing the shaved head is coming of age. You stepped up a notch. You've come into the manly ranks, okay? It's time to reap the rewards from that in other areas of your life. You don't have that boyish, cute face to fall back on now. But you get this new energy about you, this new strength in yourself, this new... I don't know, how did I feel? How can I describe that? Guys, when I walked out of getting my head shaved for the first time, I walked out of that barber shop. I just felt different about myself, and that feeling has never left me. I felt stronger. I took pride in the fact that I had done it. Okay, and I left the old me behind, and I moved on with this new me. And you're going to do the same, right? You're going to do the same, and it feels good. Like I said, you don't have that cutish look anymore. You got a new look about you. It's a look, you're about your business. You're about other things. You're about results, okay? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Here we go. Groom your beard, get it fixed up at a barbershop, and still treat yourself to the experience. Yeah, enjoy that facial hair when it comes. Buy decent razors and keep your head clean, shaven every 2 to 3 days. It does the trick for me. Did the trick for me initially as well. I'm up to about 4 or 5 days now because, like I said, the leaf shave that I use now, it just cuts better. I think it's the way the blades are, the 3 blades, and obviously because you can use those, I don't know what it is, the angle or something like that. It doesn't get all cloggy like the other normal razors where it's short, sharp strokes. So I'm on 4 or 5 days now, and I can just go 1 stroke and it's just clean like that. So don't obsess. Don't obsess, guys, over keeping your head shave completely clean. You see I've got a few days here, and it doesn't stress me out, right? It's fine. It's fine. It looks totally normal. Totally normal. Don't overthink the whole clean head shaving thing. Your Instagram likes will fall, but if you're concerned at magic internet points not validating your self-esteem, then you've got bigger problems. Fact. It seems a big deal to you now, but in 2 weeks, you'll be concerned with some other mild insecurity about yourself. Mine is how my beard doesn't fully connect. That is the unfortunate reality of being a human. Okay? Seems like the biggest deal in the world, and I've made countless videos on this. There will come a point where you look back and you'll be thankful for the experience, thankful in how you tackled the experience by embracing the whole thing and not going 20 years of battling it and letting the all-consuming hair loss and trying to hold on to that take away from other areas of your life, right? And if you take anything away from this video or from my channel, I think it's that, right? Move on to bigger and better things. You will thank yourself for it. Number 7, I like this one. Never call someone else out for going bald. You know the effect it has on them. If someone comes to you for advice, be honest and show them this list. Yes. Banter, yes. I was there, guys, when I had a full head of hair and my friend who was younger than me had epic receding hairlines. Okay, that's the only ammo I had on him. He was well-educated, smart, charismatic guy. He didn't let the hair loss kind of affect him or battle me. He didn't let the hair loss get him down. He rolled with it and he just embraced the whole thing. In fact, he didn't even shave it off. He just styled his hair the best he could, even with it kind of receding and going back. And he was a strong guy. And that made me look at my own insecurities, right? So what did I do? Okay, I would banter him about his receding hairline, because that's all I had on him. That's all I had on him. That is really telling right there. That is so telling, okay? My own experience that I've just shared with you there. So if someone is bantering you, like this guy said before, recognize that it's a reflection of their own insecurities or how they feel about themselves. So if you're a bald guy, do not rib on guys who are into those treatments, because that is part of their journey. That is something I've stayed true to this whole time I've been talking about hair loss and being bald, okay? I know why men do it, okay? I know why they go for the surgery. I know why they use pills to stop the hair loss, okay? It doesn't feel good losing your hair. And if you are offered this promise of being able to stop that, then many guys are gonna want to do that. I will always to this day say that it's much better to make peace with it and reap the rewards you get from embracing the bald head, from that learning curve, from that tough learning curve. It is difficult going bald in your 20s, but you can do it. It will make you a stronger person. You'll take those strengths onto other challenges in your life. You will not have failure with women. It's likely that those strengths that you've gained from the experience, that newfound confidence, will actually take you further with women than you would have done when you had hair, because falling back on superficial confidence of looks and how the hair carried you through those difficult times only lasts so long before something else will catch up to you. You'll have a tough breakup because that girlfriend or whoever, that partner that you've got who is with you for purely for the looks, will find someone who looks better than you, okay? Or they'll find someone that has, you know, a better hairstyle because that is the person that they are, right? They're into those looks thing. But to find someone who connects with you and your strengths, someone who is with you because they know that they can rely on a dude who tackled those insecurities early on in his life, so when they have struggles, when they have things that they are struggling to deal with in their life, they know that they can fall back on you and your strengths, your maturity. You're going to build a bloody epic relationship through that is going to carry you through so many difficult times. Dudes, I've never really spoken about it, but me and my wife, coming from two completely different cultures, living in different areas, we've had struggles, right? We have had them. But my character now, especially having gone through the whole hair loss thing, she knows that she can rely on me. I'm getting way too deep here, right? But I'm just basically saying I've had that experience, right? I'm not going to go into all that stuff, but that I really feel like that moment of decisiveness when I said, I'm not going to let this beat me and come with me for this ride, okay? And my bedrock of security in myself, or move on to someone else with a fancy hairdo because I ain't about that life. Okay, listen guys, it will not fail you if you don't let it, okay? I like the list. The dating thing, there's comments at the bottom here, right, okay, with people saying that, people say, I agree with a lot of this, but I disagree with the dating thing. It sounds like I'm bragging, but I want more men to know that their dating life won't be over once they shave it. I was terrified of never being able to date again, but I probably get just as many matches and dates as I ever had. I'm 27 and date 23 to 30-year-olds all the time. You will too. Embrace the shave, lean into it. Women love the confidence and maturity it allows you to project outward onto the world. Listen, flat earther _force science 8 months ago. Not a fan of your name, but I'm a fan of your ideology, your experience, your truths. Another person there just saying, dude, dating won't be a problem. I've had loads of guys in my DMs say the same thing. I've had guys on the channel who have shaved off their hair and come back to me and been like, dude, my hair was falling out and I was too embarrassed. I was too insecure to even approach women. I shaved my head, loved myself for the fact that I could do it, and now I go into the dating world with that security, with that confidence, and it is not failing me at all. Remember that, guys. A solid list from this man. The God's honest truth about being bold in your 20s. Let me know if you're a bold dude in your 20s. Let me know if you agree with the points on this list. The last thing I want to say to my guys who are worrying about being bold, young, in their 20s, listen lads, if you make that decision, it is what it is. You're going to grab the bull by the horns and you're going to take on life's challenges, okay? After dealing with hair loss, putting that negativity behind you, rocking the shaved head, for all it's worth, it will not fail you. Guys, go for it. I want to thank you all for watching this video. I want to thank the author of this Reddit post for getting in touch with me and sharing it with me. I'm thankful for him sharing his experience through hair loss and beyond. Let's keep this conversation going. This was a fun video to make, bit of a different one here, a little bit of a talking one. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section. If you liked it, don't forget to leave me a like, guys. I'm pumped. I've had coffee. I'm going to see you very soon for another video. I'll see you then. Goodbye.